everything, as we've been conditioned to with society, sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and we can't see outside of ourselves to find the position that we can put ourselves in, which is going to ultimately create who we want to be. Because life has changed, and that's what we're about, constantly changing for the better, because we either expand or contract. And there's two things that shape who we currently are today and who we are in this world, and what we naturally pass down to our children. The first is experiences. The experiences we have, childhood, work, schooling, relationships, fatherhood, all that sort of stuff. The second one is environment. And they come under the banner of perception, how we choose to see the experiences we have in the environment that we either place ourselves in or we don't. Because you don't always control your environment or what happens to and around us, but we do control how we choose to see it. But I'm massive on environment because that's huge. That plays a huge role in influencing how you think, how you feel, the actions you take, and what's important to you and your life, which ultimately, whether you say the words or not, passes down into your children.
For me, it's fantastic. So what it's like for me is you've got continual contact with all the dads who are, similar but different in our own ways. Some guys have more interaction than others, but we've all got fairly similar stories, and we all have our ups and downs at different periods. So we're able to identify with and either support or understand what everyone's going through.
Which is why we're here, right? Because this isn't about just getting together, and I'm all for men's mental health, men having an identity and standing somewhere in the world today, especially fathers, being true leaders as we can be in our own right. But you can't just get together and talk about your feelings and then go home and be the exact same person that you were yesterday. And that's why I believe that this is a great environment, because with this, we're meeting up with like-minded people, we're changing our state, we're getting moving, and we're integrating the things that are important to us, being men, being primal, what's important to us in our life, which is movement. That's important. And nourishing the body, of course, but getting the body moving.
I think RDM makes you accountable for your actions, but it's just different. It's not all about losing weight, and I think for a lot of other programs, people just want to look good and lose weight, and that's the sole purpose. But I think this program focuses not only on physical but mental health as well. So I think overall, compared to other programs, RDM takes on everything, not just your physical appearance. I think that's really important, because if you're not mentally healthy, then you'll never be physically healthy either. So they go together.
Resilience, that's right, Dom. Excellence, persistence, which will equal your success. Resilience, how quickly can you get over something? Because there will be shit. There's always shit that's going to hit our lives, fellas. There's always something that's happening to and around us. And there'll always be an obstacle, a hurdle, a form of adversity that we need to rise up and face and take responsibility and ownership about what affects us. How quickly can you overcome those? And it's not about being robotic, but understanding that natural human emotion, yes, it runs its course, but am I living in the space that's serving me? Am I living where I should be for myself, for my family, for my children? That's right. Got her approval.
It's about doing your best and bettering your best every time. It's we're not all at the same physical level, so we can't all do the same things and so forth, but you've got a group of blokes around you that will help you get you up to the next level and push you to that. So, and it's all very, very positive, as I said. So that's, for me, because it's hard to maintain, especially when you've got wife, kids, businesses, everything else that goes on in your normal life. It's very hard to maintain that and stay focused. But with these group of guys, they just keep you straight. They keep you on the straight and narrow. And
excellence. Striving for excellence in what we do, fellas, and understanding that there's going to be bad days, down times, hard times. We turn them into opportunity. The challenges become opportunities and character building moments in which we can forge ourselves forward, and not just staying in a state of accepting it is what it is. And you won't win every day, but we get out there every day to try and win, respectively in your own lives, with your movement, nourishing the body, training, interaction, relationships, all those things. We strive for excellence in what we do.
Being part of the group, you feel like you're in a team. That was what really helped me with the motivation to be disciplined about the whole thing, because there's a lot of accountability in the group. There's a lot of check-ins through the week. Nothing over the top. 5 minutes here or there, but you're checking in. You're being accountable. You're logging workouts and stuff like that. So that's been fantastic. And there's a lot of guys in the group who really achieving some really good things around whether it's weight loss or it's their training programs or going out for long runs or whatever the case might be. So there's a lot of interaction, and we're really feeding off each other. So anyone who's been who's tried something like this before, which I have plenty of times, and it didn't work, this is completely different. It's just got that little bit extra, which just makes it different to anything that anyone's done before. And we talk about Al. I mean, Al's certainly the figurehead, but it's not just Al. There's plenty of guys in the group who are contributing day in, day out, and the motivation you get from that is just amazing. I mean, that was the thing that made this different for me.
And then persistence, which is a collective of those two. How often can we be resilient? How many times are we resilient in our life? Because we need to be. You don't need to be 80 years old to realise that there's going to be some fucking hard shit that hits our lives, irrespective of how you choose to see it. That's reality. It hits us all. But if we can stay persistent, never give up, never give in, and continually move forward with a level of resilience to overcome the speed humps, the roadblocks that hit us in a quick manner, in a quick light, striving for excellence in all that we do, in moving forward in our lives, and moving forward with purpose, not just for ourselves, for our unborn grandchildren, unless there's any grandparents here right now. Understanding that what we're doing now is paving the way for our kids and their kids, and that will equally succeed.
Structure, a lot of structure. You're not left to your own devices. Here, give me $100 and you've got this to do. Good luck. I'll see you in a month, sort of thing. No, there's you've got your weekly chats. You've got motivational videos. You've got workouts planned for you. Whenever you want to talk to him, you give him a call, and you get a 45-minute chat, bit of coaching, and it's been good. You're just not left to your own devices to work it out for yourself.
It's just a moment, and that's what life is. It's a series of moments, a series of present nows, and what we do in this present now can take us into the next present moment and future present moments in the direction where we want to enjoy that. And it'll be tough times. We want to have a level of fulfillment and happiness and love in those moments, not just for ourselves, but for our children. And sometimes it's hard to see that, fellas, because we get stuck in the rat race. We get caught in that spinning wheel of all the bullshit and all the stuff that hits us and all the fluff in the world that tries to cave in on us when we don't have that level of fortified framework to stay true to ourselves and reach for what's greater within us.
It's stripped away and brought back out the real me rather than actually changing me. It's shaved away the undesirable parts of myself that I'd hitched onto myself throughout the years and let hang around on my back, I guess, so it's been really good. Yeah, it's great. It's great. My kids see it. My kids see what I'm doing. They're proud of me. They see the determination I've got, and that the way it's benefiting me. And yeah, it's fantastic. I've more energy at home. I'm a better example for them.
And when you look at that and understand that life is state, sometimes it's moments when you have that relative idea of time, which is on that double-sided coin, life and death, that we see that. And that's what I saw yesterday. But it's about how often we can revisit that to stay true and stay aligned with what's important to us, to be in the best state we can possible. And sometimes it is those moments, as you'll know, around life and death, when babies are born and when loved ones and ones that we know pass away.
Look, being a dad, it's a tough gig. Look, you work, you come home, you look after the kids, and you just look. I think overall, this movement helps me be a better dad to my kids and be around for a lot longer. So the way I was going 12 months ago, 140 something kilos, who knows how much longer I had. It was just, it was putting impact on everyone. So I think this for a dad just gives you so much more energy and so much more, just energy really to kick on and be the best dad you can be.
But the reality for all of us, the absolute, the universal truth is time goes so quick, and there's no guarantee on how much we have left. So what we're doing now, don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about next week, don't worry about all the shit out there. The time is right now, the present moment's right now, and what we're doing here today, and the fun and the enjoyment we're going to have today, the challenge, the teamwork, what we're doing coming together to raise our standards, raise the bar, raise our state today, and enjoy it and have fun today, fellas. Understanding that this is important, and more often than not, when we put ourselves in the right environment and we execute with the right amount of reps, overcoming the tough times, striving for excellence and a high standard within ourselves with everything that we do, and staying persistent with that, we will be successful, and over the journey of life that is time, we will live the life that we want, which is important. That's right. You've got heaps, don't you? Taking your time with that orange. Yeah, that's right.
I want to do this. It's a need, and for me to do this, it's an understanding of, for me, of having that ability to be better. You know, my first goal was always to be fit at 40. Before this came along, I was definitely not going to be fit at 40. I was going to be fat at 40. So I try to just achieve what I need to achieve, and that's one big thing about going. I'm only 2 years away from it, but it's one of those things that, you know, commitment and dedication, and you kind of have that when you come back as a kid.
It's an opportunity we have every single day, and that's the beauty of life and fatherhood. And being the man and the father we can be for ourselves and for our family is a huge must and need in this world that we can all tap into and experience and utilise and raise up in this environment. Men, the tribe, together.
First of all, I've lost about 12 kilos so far. I've gotten off the sugar. I barely drink booze anymore. I'm training, you know, 4 to 5 times a week. I'm a much happier and much more energetic, and certainly far more optimistic and positive in my outlook for the future.